what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Good morning, Madison College, and welcome to the 16-17 school year. Today, I would like to speak about how we measure success and the definition of a great school. I got to thinking about this recently when I was reading about Sesame Street being taken over by HBO. And I thought back to when I first started teaching 29 years ago, and I heard a quote from Jim Henson, the creator of the Muppets, who stated that kids don't remember what you try to teach them, they remember what you are. And that got me thinking about our current state of education. Statewide, nationally, locally. It got me thinking about what is truly important as our students move through our system. What we should value as a learning community. So I started looking and researching comments from leaders in the field of education, elected officials, famous people, and also studies about students that define the true characteristics of the teachers, coaches, and mentors that made the most lasting impact on them as they made their way through school, and what formed their most fondest memories. In study after study, I kept coming up with some of the following. Someone that's available, someone who's kind, someone that is compassionate, someone that is transparent, someone who's real, and someone who's thoughtful. And as I kept exploring these studies, it dawned on me that the smallest things often have the biggest impact. A smile at someone that lets you know that you're interested in spending time with them. Giving someone true attention, even if it's a short amount of time, that lets them know you're really focused in on what their issue is. And students, by and large, say that they wanted someone that helped them imagine how their dreams could become a reality. They wanted someone that got to know them individually, about who they were, what their interests were, their favorite sports teams, what they did on weekends and after school. They also wanted someone that challenged them and demanded nothing less than their best. They wanted someone that enabled them to ask questions, take risks, explore opportunities without any fear of being embarrassed. But most of all, what I discovered is that the number one quality students want is someone they can trust. This past Monday, we had our new teacher orientation. And as you know, that's the employees that are new to our Madison ranks. It's folks that are going into their first year of teaching. It's folks that have been teaching a long time, but everybody's new to Madison. And they were seated around tables with our leadership team, and they were asked to respond to the following question. Identify and describe the teacher who had the most influence on you and why. So I went around and I listened and I took some notes. And here's what I heard from our people. My favorite teacher was a role model on how to treat people. My favorite teacher made real-life connections to the subject. My favorite teacher took us outside the classroom, figuratively and literally, and went way beyond the curriculum or the textbook. My favorite teacher cared about me as a person. My favorite teacher got to know me as a person. My favorite teacher allowed me to disagree with her. My favorite teacher was open-minded. My favorite teacher was not afraid to tell me the truth, but to tell me I was wrong. My favorite teacher treated us as equals. So I began to wonder why those attributes, which dominated my research and our conversations, aren't used at all to identify great schools or great school systems. It's very difficult or nearly impossible when you do that type of research to find statements from successful people whereby they indicate that test scores or finding a great job or salaries or the things that dominate how we define our school systems today are connected to the people that are truly successful. It's impossible to find this. Yet those are the very indicators that dominate school rankings and lists about the best schools. Now don't get me wrong, by those traditional standard measures, we stack up against anybody. Our students do great things, they go to great schools. Our AP scores rival any. We have great extracurricular programs, we have championship teams, we have a music program that's been rated the top in the country for 3 straight years. We have Readers and Writers Workshop in Singapore math. We have a Chromebook in every student's hands at the junior school and the high school, and in every teacher's classroom at the elementary school. We have upgrades to this facility. We have a state-of-the-art TV studio. Just walking in today, you can see the hard work that our facilities crew has done and continues to do around campus. We're doing security upgrades. So by all those measures, I think we stack up against anybody. Well, my attention keeps coming back to the most influential people throughout history. And how those individuals either were college dropouts, high school dropouts, by any measure were horrible students, but went on to do fantastic things. We're all familiar with their names: Rockefeller, Glenn, Jobs, Twain, Ford, Shakespeare, Churchill, Lincoln, Einstein. They were miserable students. And yet while their formal education produced marginal results, they had some very common traits that connect with what I mentioned a few moments ago. Each person had someone or a small group of people that helped them overcome their personal struggles. Each one of them had a mentor, a coach, a teacher, an adult figure that helped nourish their innovative and creative flair. And each person had some semblance of a formal apprenticeship along their way to greatness. Colleagues, great teaching and great school systems are measured in countless ways that don't appear in a test score, a stat sheet, or a ranking. And I mention this specifically because of the group of people that are sitting in the first two rows. Teachers, coaches, advisors, custodians, support staff that tally 891 years of commitment and dedication to this organization. How fitting that we recognize and honor them this morning. Because every member of the organization plays a vital role. And we never know how a simple act such as a smile or kind word will change the course of a child's day or change their future. Often that is all someone needs. It can be an advisor that got the student interested in a club and that student went on to pursue a career in that area. It can be the person giving lessons that got a child playing an instrument and someday that child's playing in front of a packed house. It can be the coach that kept the player on the team even though he or she really wasn't that competitive and that individual went on to do great things either in that sport or in a leadership role. It can be the teacher who stayed after work to work with a student who was struggling on a concept. And lo and behold, years down the line, that individual is responsible for a breakthrough in that field or endeavor. It can be a guidance person that noticed something different about her counselee and acted on it before something bad happened. To me, greatness is measured in a lot of ways. For example, right in this very room in May, we dedicated this auditorium to John Bonnell. We had 400 people spanning decades that came out to honor one individual that touched so many lives and set those individuals on the course for their own success. Greatness is measured in our classroom aides and what they do in the classroom, in the lunchroom, on the school bus. Greatness is measured by our nurses who heal and comfort. Greatness is measured by our secretaries who somehow are simultaneously able to embody the talent of a principal, teacher, receptionist, and caregiver. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, just spend 10 minutes in the main office on any day. Greatness is measured by our custodial staff who fix, clean, open, close, set up, open, close, set up, break down, line the fields, take out the trash, plow the snow, and drive the buses. All in one day. Greatness are measured by the success stories when our graduates come back and tell us how well they're doing and thank us for our efforts. Greatness is measured in the families here in Madison that are second, third, and fourth generations of this school system. These are the true measures of professionalism and why we constantly adapt to ever-changing landscapes, how we continuously rise above economic, social, and regulatory challenges that are foisted upon us, and what ultimately defines us as educators. There are many, many difficulties and challenges in our education profession today. These challenges and difficulties can create frustration, anger, and even fear within us. And those emotions battle with why we got into education in the first place. They battle with hope, compassion, and excitement. But let's keep in mind the old Cherokee saying that the ones that win the battles inside of us are the ones we feed. So as we enter this school year, in closing, my colleagues, let's take it one moment at a time, one lesson at a time, one phone call at a time, one bus ride at a time, one practice at a time. Feed your hope, feed your compassion, and feed your excitement. Every moment is a chance to change a lifetime. Thank you for all you do. It's an honor to be called your colleague, and I hope you have the best year of your career. Thank you. And now, we'd like to honor individuals that have provided us with a collective 891 years of service. They've been here 20, 25, 30 or plus years. A couple among those are unable to be with us today, so I'd like to just start with those two individuals from the Buildings and Grounds Department. Joseph Holland and Steve Cosman are not here, but give them a round. We just have a small token of our appreciation, but we're so thrilled that we were able to identify these individuals and recognize. The following are members of our Buildings and Grounds Department. Jeff DeGroot. Oh, we're not working. All right. Eddie Flores. Willie Gaskins. Herbie Lockett. Billy Lopez. There are several members on this list that occupy various roles. I'm just going to identify them by their school. The following from Central Avenue. Kevin Carroll. One more from Buildings and Grounds, Richie LaPierre. Susie Correa. Mary Gibbons. Susan Klein. Marie McGuire. Our next two recipients are members of our central office staff. The first is Belinda Pinckney. The next is Mary Lou Dacco. The next set of recipients are from the high school. First is Tom Bentz. John Connolly. Anne Marie Davis. Felicia Fellows. Leslie Gentile. Bob Drunfest. Sue Monkmeyer. Marsha Prill. Carol Roddy. next recipients from the junior school. Janice Court. Linda Damiano. Joyce Kirkland. Marie Pahalik. Our final recipients are recognized as members of the Tory J. Capitani Elementary School. Jim Strigiola. Sherry Taylor. Beverly DeFavis. One more round of applause. The next area of recognition we'd like to identify are those individuals who on this day or very, very soon will be acquiring tenure in the district. The first is from Tory J, Michelle Velasco. Our second is from the junior school, Christelle Manawar. And our third is from the high school, Jessica Rosella. At this time, we're going to recognize those individuals who are new, or relatively new. Some of those folks started at some point last year. Well, we'd like to identify them. And some folks have been with us. Our new math supervisor, Kelly Boswell. Our new junior school principal is Dave Coster. Our new assistant business administrator is Lala Gillis. Our new assistant principal at the junior school is Lori Lubieski-Hupmaker. New board office secretary is Philomena Petrozella. Our new Director of Curriculum is Diane Schultes. And our new Principal of Troy J is Allison State. At this time, our principals are going to introduce staff members that are new to their individual buildings. We'll just do this alphabetically. So we'll start with Tom List, Central Avenue.
Good morning, everyone. Our new members of Madison Public School of Central Avenue are Mary Piacenti, who will be instructional aide there. Karen Farrell will be special education. And Sarah Wazlowski will be the full year maternity leave for orchestra at Central, Kings Road, and Torrey J. Welcome to you. At this time, I'd like to introduce Trevor Coop, Kings Road Principal.
Welcome back, everyone. I just want to say hello, and as we went through the morning, I just have to tell you that it's such a gift to be in this room with so many extraordinary educators. So thank you. So I'd like to extend a big welcome to first Samantha Lopez, who will be teaching special education at Kings Road School. Welcome. And to Dan Malloy, who will be teaching vocal music as well and be the director of the chorus. Welcome, Dan. And also, I would like to say hello to Sarah Wazlowski, who will be also teaching instructional music over at Kings Road School. Sarah, again. And then also a big welcome to Diane Dunay, who will be teaching technology and also will be our media specialist at Kings Road School. And I'd like to introduce Allison Steger, where are you? Principal of Torrey J.
Good morning, and thank you for the warm welcome. I have two repeat announcements for Dan Malloy, our music and choral instructor, who's also at Kings Road, and also Sarah Wazlowski, our instrumental teacher.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'm Dave Costa. I'm the principal of the junior school, for those of you who do not know me. We have a few new faces to Madison at the junior school. I'm very proud to welcome Jessica Blyer, who will be working with our ESL students, both at the junior school and at the high school. Mr. Jason DePope, where's Jason? There he is. Jason will be filling in as our maternity leave in our orchestra, and we look forward to seeing you there. Miss Kelly DeRosa, resident. Kelly is taking over our 6th grade science for Nancy Hill, who's served many years here in the district. And I'd like to welcome Paige Diamond. Where's Paige? Paige, there you are. Paige is serving as our teaching assistant here at the junior school. We also have a return face, so he's not brand new to the junior school, but he's new full-time to Madison, Mr. Michael Johnson. Where's Michael Johnson? There he is. Michael's taking over for Jess Rosella, who's going to have a really successful time here at the high school. That's not even, you missed it, but that's going to do a good job. I know, I'm embarrassing you, that's good, perfect. I'm very proud of Kelly for, earning the position as a math supervisor. I look forward to many years working with you. And filling for our 6th grade math position is Ainer Fayas. Where is he? There he is. And lastly, to the junior school. Again, another maternity leave. We have Mary Lynn Rhodes, who will be filling in for Ariana Ciolino on maternity leave. Where's Mary Lynn? There you go. Welcome to New Jersey. Welcome back to New Jersey. I'm proud to welcome Mr. Greg Robertson to the mic. Thank you.
Good morning. Welcome back, everybody. It's my pleasure to introduce 4 new staff members to the high school, beginning with my new administrative assistant, Adrienne Dorosky. Joining our Spanish department is Priscilla Sanchez. Joining our science department, teaching biology, is Ashley Tam-Katonis. As mentioned, teaching at the junior school and the high school is Jessica Blyer. So welcome to all of you. Good luck for a great school year. Thank you.
At this time, I'd like to introduce our business administrators together. Good morning. I'm going to take a two-pronged approach this morning. I'm going to give you some of the things you can expect from me. And then I'd like to follow up on a couple of comments that Dr. Rossi made. First of all, leaving perfunctory things. You will be receiving an email later from me regarding our business office basics, which go over travel, purchasing, and tax exempt status, and all the other fun stuff. We have an updated purchasing and travel information guide that's on our website, and travel basics and our Excel spreadsheet that is used for your travel requests. Okay, so all that stuff is there. Now, we also have hard copies here. If you want a copy with you, that's great. Otherwise, it's on our website and it's going to be emailed to you. Now, beyond that, this is our springtime. Things are new, things are growing again, we're refreshed. I know I'm refreshed. I woke up at 4:30 this morning because my wife's alarm went off because she's a math teacher, and today's her first day back also. This is a time for us to appreciate where we are and to look forward to what's coming. I know we all have a lot of things on our plate and we're all moving forward those things. Some of the things we're very excited about is that by springtime we hope to have our STEM projects at the high school and the junior school out to date. Those are very exciting things. I would also like to mention, I'll be remiss in not mentioning that, I'd like to thank Elaine Vegeton and the Village Grounds Department for getting everything, all the hard work they did this summer. And also, talk about renewal and refreshing in new eyes. I appreciate Diane Schultz that's coming, with refreshing new eyes, and talk to us, say, listen, you've got 891 years of service here, we need to recognize it, so I'd like to thank Diane for that. But as Mike said, you never really know the impact you have, and sometimes you never find out. But sometimes it's just a good, simple acts of kindness. As I drove in this morning, I was listening to ESPN, and they were talking about a Florida State University football player who, with a couple of other university football players, went to a school. And through the normal course of meet and greets and this and that, it was lunchtime. And this one Florida State University football player went into the lunchroom, and he happened to see a little boy sitting by himself. He chose to go sit with that person. Come to find out, he's autistic, doesn't have a lot of friends. So he took a picture, and it went viral. Now the student has been invited to the FSU football game. He's made a connection with that football player. They now plan to have meetings to get together with him. But he had the opportunity, through just being a good person and making a good act of kindness, of having a tremendous impact on one person. Again, you have the opportunity to make an impact on a tremendous number of impressionable young adults. I don't care if they're in kindergarten, I don't care if they're in third grade, 8th grade, 12th grade. You have a tremendous opportunity in your classroom every day.
And it's those acts of kindness that create character. And as Tom Coughlin said when he left the New York Giants, the character is what endures. And we have great characters here. That's what helps us make a great school, as Dr. Rossi mentioned. And I'd like to just, in closing, share with you something that I found from a gentleman, Hein Ganat, who is was a school teacher, child psychologist, psychotherapist, and parent educator. He wrote the book Between Parent and Child. I'd like to just share this with you and include just a little reflective thing to understand that as we go into our classrooms and as we go about working throughout the district, in my job, in the custodian's job, in the TA's job, the secretary's job, in the teacher's job, I don't care what your job is here. We're here for the kids. Let me just read this. It starts with, I've come to a frightening conclusion. I am a decisive element in the classroom. It is my personal approach that creates the climate. It is my daily mood that makes the weather. As a teacher, I possess tremendous power to make a child's life miserable or joyous. I can be a tool of torture or an instrument of inspiration. I can humiliate or humor, hurt or heal. In all situations, it is my response that decides whether a crisis will be escalated or de-escalated and a child humanized or dehumanized. And to get back to Dr. Rossi's message, we make the right choices in Madison when it comes to those choices that I just put before you. I congratulate you, I thank you, and I encourage you to continue along those lines, and let's look forward to a wonderful school year and bringing joy, happiness, and great education to our children. Thank you very much. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our Board of Education President, Lisa Ellis.
Good morning and welcome back. I hope everyone had a wonderful summer. I'm not quite sure how it can possibly be almost over. Today's weather certainly helps. First and foremost, I want to thank our custodial and maintenance staff for the outstanding job they've done getting our buildings ready for the opening of school. The amount of work that has gone on this summer was ambitious, to say the least. Dealing with dozens of different contractors is never fun. Yet amazing things have been accomplished or will, on a wing and a prayer, be accomplished by next Tuesday. Thank you to all involved. In recent years, I haven't had the opportunity to speak to you on opening day, and I've missed it. My older daughter had the privilege to play field hockey for the University of Michigan for the last 5 years, so this date really found me on the road somewhere watching her play. But since my youngest doesn't start her senior field hockey season at Bentley University until 7 p.m., thank you, Anne-Marie, leaving me plenty of time to get to Boston. So here I am once again. Not exactly sure where the time has gone. The first time I spoke to you as the president of this board was after the crazy summer of 2005. I was still a brunette, and my baby girl was a 4th grader at Central Avenue School. The district was on the verge of asking voters to support a $45 million bond referendum. 12 years, perhaps too long. So many things have changed, yet I believe that the essence of who we are as a community remains unchanged. I will add, though, we did finally stop talking about it and actually sold the Green Village Road School. Progress, unless, of course, you ask the residents of Green Village Road, who are not loving us right now. I have said it often, but I can never say it again. I am so proud to be even a small part of the community of Madison, and even more so of the Madison School District. You, who work in these buildings every day, every year, giving everything you have to so many thousands of children, my 5 children, you have given them a priceless gift. You are the foundation, the lifeblood of who we are, I believe without question that teaching is the hardest, most selfless profession there is. Teachers may not always remember every student, as they have thousands, but students almost always remember every teacher they ever had. You make a difference in the life of children almost every day of your lives. Can there be any greater accomplishment than that? You deserve the respect, gratitude, and admiration of us all, something the current administration in Trenton has never understood. I'm counting the days. Over the last 5 years, if we are guilty of one thing, I would say it is forgetting that we are all human, fallible, imperfect, all just trying to do the best job we can for each and every student of this district. Often allowing the endless disrespect emanating from Trenton to weigh us down, forgetting that we are Madison, and that we need to talk to each other, work as a team, band together when things get difficult, and find solutions as we have done so well this past summer as we work to craft a new teacher's contract. This place is just different. I have believed that always and unequivocally, and I grew up in Hardin Township. I knew it the first day I walked through those front doors just outside this room, and they are exactly the same front doors, for the first time as a freshman in September of 1975. Some of the faces change from year to year, but the heart and soul of this community never has, and I hope never will. Over the last 40 years, as a student, parent, taxpayer, volunteer, board member, time and time again, I watched Madison rise to every challenge. That's who we are and who we need to be. We have many more challenges and some wonderful, exciting opportunities ahead, and with mutual respect, honest and open discussion, focus and positivity, we will surely conquer them all. As they say, a high tide lifts all boats. We have the ability to control the tide. I hope we will go forward through the school year and beyond as one, united in our dedication to each and every student who walks through our doors, who will walk through our doors next Tuesday. We welcome your insight, expertise, and creativity. We expect you to tell us when we are headed in the wrong direction. We cannot fix something we do not know is broken. You have my commitment that we will do the very best and that we can, the very best that we can to make sure this district continues to thrive and grow. We are Madison. Thank you. Have a wonderful year. I look forward to it. And good luck. Thank you.